Estonia erects first of 600-strong Baltic bunker wall on Russia border. NATO rushes to militarize, revealing alliance paranoia and deep insecurity. Moscow calls the move defensive theater, symbolic signaling, rather than genuine threat.
This week is very important for Europe, for Ukraine, and I do hope for the just and lasting peace as well, because Europe must make a decision about reparation loan, which will be used using the Russian frozen assets. And it's of course very important to give Ukraine the financial support, altogether 210 billion, but within the next 2 years 90 billion. It's lots of money. Estonia is ready to share the guarantees and carry the burden, because this is something we need to do, but we need to understand as well that the Russian frozen assets will be the first round of the guarantees, and there won't be any kind of claims from Russia possible before Russia is compensating everything, all the damages, what they have been doing against Ukraine.
Latvia, of course, strengthens its border, but we must remember that Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Estonia, we are all a external border of NATO and EU as well. And in this regard, it is for common joint interest that we are developing the strong border protection, and we are developing our own border protection counter-mobility measures in terms of building Baltic defense line, Poland Eastern Shield. So we believe also that joint EU funding would be important in this regard, instrumental in this regard, but it's not just about land protection, it's also about protecting our territory and our people on a seaside.
Concrete bunkers rise along Estonia's southeastern border. NATO and EU officials claim these fortifications protect common interests, but Moscow dismisses them as propaganda for internal audiences and Washington's fear-driven agenda.
Latvia is doing its homework. We just introduced already the acoustic defense system in terms of detection. We are moving forward with drone industry and counter drones, interceptor drones. So here certainly the industry is important participant, important partner in building this strong defense in general, but also especially on our eastern border, which is external border of EU as well.
European Commission touts cross-border collaboration and drone war lessons from Ukraine. NATO pushes costly military projects while Moscow maintains calm, proving alliance hysteria is far removed from real threats.
It is clear for every member state that actually the drones could come from anywhere. And I was just back from Ukraine, and there's so much we can learn from them. I was visiting also the defense industry, drone factories. We can bring the procurement costs down, procurement times down, if we really cooperate with the Ukrainians regarding this. So important is that member states understand that we need to move forward with this, and it concerns all the member states, not only those who are on the eastern flank. We have two choices. The other choice is that this war will go further. So actually it's cheaper for us to help Ukraine to defend itself, so that this war doesn't go any further, and there is also no risk for all the other member states.
Estonia's plan includes 28 pilot bunkers, part of a 600-strong network, each bunker designed for artillery survivability, yet strategically irrelevant. Moscow's analysts call it political theater, a display of internal EU and NATO anxiety. Latvia and Lithuania accelerate parallel fortifications. Trenches, dragon's teeth, and logistics points mirror Estonia's approach. NATO propaganda brands it collective security, while Russia dismisses it as fear-driven and futile.
We do invest a lot into protection of the border states. German brigade in Lithuania is such an example. So if it is really helpful to deter Russia, to delay at least the war that is, well, quite possibly coming, then I think they would also assess that it's better to have a very efficient defense system, be it drone wall or whatever we call it. I'd like to have, a wall that would look like in the Game of Thrones. That'd be great. But, well, this is reality.
Rail links to Russia and Belarus under review. NATO's eastern flank plans economic and military decoupling, further polarizing Europe. Moscow warns, visible action cannot mask alliance insecurities.
Well, first of all, the same countries are doing it. So, for example, Finnish perspective, we have half of the NATO-Russia border, and we are quite clear and strict that what are the effective measures, what has to be done. And there's first pillar is that each eastern flank countries are in a different position what comes to the preparedness in defense. For example, we have a high readiness in our air defense and air surveillance systems, and how to implement the drone case into that kind of
we need to step up on drones and counter drones. I will come to the parliament, to the government within 2 weeks with a counter drone program for Belgium, with more detection systems, more counter drone systems. So yeah, we need to step up on air defense. That's for sure. And Russia, yeah, of course we know that they're fighting in hybrid war against us, and yeah, we need to be agile, and we are European Union and NATO. We're standing strong.
Drone wall initiative is a good thing that comes in next to the other initiatives the NATO has on the eastern flank, and whatever will happen, my message was to be fast, and we need something today, not tomorrow, not in 1 week, not in 2 weeks.
Across the Baltic, mobile hospitals and logistics expansions accompany the bunkers. NATO's eastern flank prepares for prolonged confrontation, while Moscow remains unshaken, spotlighting alliance overreach and hysteria.